guys. See some people starting to show up here. I'm gonna look at the chat over here. We're gonna do some jamming here in a second. I just want to look at this here on this page. And there we go. All right, cool. Doris, David Busman, Ken Nowak, Lisa, hey, some people tell me where they're from. Chuck? Hey, can you guys hear me okay? Massachusetts. Florida. What are you doing in Florida? Actually, that's probably a good place to be right now. Another person in Florida. right, hey man, how's everybody doing tonight? You guys that are here, I'm going to show you a couple of tricks, and I'm going to be giving away something really cool for everybody to check out. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, share this now so we can get the word out, because it is going to be a free thing for the guitar players in the world. And so one of the things I was doing there when we were jamming is I doing a half step bend. That's what I want to talk about tonight, just as a thing that I use to kind of get outside the box. You know, there's the main scale, everybody's using this pentatonic scale, right? Minor pentatonic. You guys know that scale. And it's 5-note scale, and that's the one people are mostly getting their licks. That's all that stuff. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is a half step bend. And this is based on the stuff that you guys already have in your licks that you do. So if we're in A, which I was just in A, and we go, like I bend on the 8th fret on the B string up to the 10th fret. All right, that's a whole step bend. But if I bend it from the 9th fret to the 10th fret, and then continue down the scale, I messed that one up. And there's another one here. So on the 6th, there's another A note. So 6th fret to the 7th fret on the D string. So we got on the B string, 9th to 10th, and then you play the scale down, and then half step. So just adding that instead of the whole step. You hear that little bit of the difference? Half step instead of the whole step. It's just it's a subtle change, but it's like you're coming from the middle of the note. It's a flat tone, but when you get there, there's a payoff. All right. So that's number one. The other one, my favorite one of this, is actually the flat 5 to the 5. So that's that blues note. So you've heard this scale like this. So you add that note. So in the A minor, it's actually adding a D sharp and bending that a half step, which is way nastier. So even over this like A thing, all right, so you hear that half step thing, and the other one is the root note, or the let's see, the whatever interval you're playing, major or minor. You could do that as well. So what I mean by that is, if you're in A major, major would be a C sharp. So you'd bend. So that'd be like. But I would focus, like, in practicing this, go to all 5 of your patterns. You know, you got 5 pentatonic patterns. I've given this lesson it's in my lick talk. So it's like, there's one there, there's one here. Here. So all these. So everywhere, so it's like a flat 5 here. All right, so there's 5 patterns there. So that's a half step bend from the major 7th to the root note, half step up to the root, and also from the flat 5 up to the 5th. And just go and mess around with that. Find you a jam track. This one that I was just playing to is one that I just wrote. I'm going to be doing something with a couple of guitar player friends of mine pretty soon. That's pretty exciting. And stay tuned for that as well. All right, so I want to get to what I'm doing here. Okay, so remember this website, scottvanzinguitarschool.com/free. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away for a period of time all my content. I'm going to have you have access to everything for a week. All right, and the reason I was talking to John and Dave about this, and then they actually came up with this. But I was thinking, all right, so if I'm trying out an app on my iPhone, I I try it out for 2 or 3 days. If I like it, I'll buy it for a year or continuously. I got some apps that I'm using 10 years now, right? But if I don't want it, it doesn't cost me anything. So that's what I'm doing. So it's scottvanzinguitarschool.com/free. Okay. So we'll put that in the comments below as well. And some of the stuff that's in there are like my Lick Talk series, which are like the thing I just showed you, but it extended, and I use tablature and stuff like that. Different hammer-on spins, techniques I use, strumming, all kinds of stuff. We just take a topic like how to play like Stevie Ray Vaughan, lead or rhythm, and get into that. That might be one of the topics. And there's a whole bunch of those. So those are in there. My Focus Guitar program is like all the nuts and bolts of what I do. Now, I have pretty much covered how to play like me in my program. So it's like if you go and check them out, you're going to see I can't teach you how to sweep because I'm not a sweep guy, but I know how to do pull-offs like a ninja. So I show how to do that. This is I break it down, I give you tablature, and I give you ways to practice that stuff, right? So the 7 approaches to guitar, the 7 things that are in every single guitar solo, exercises, tapping, just a lot of stuff. There's about 30 or 40 videos in that one. My strums is also STRUMZ. I like Z's in there. That's just different rhythms, and we'll get into like let me turn down the distortion, so like maybe funky stuff. Or finger kind of. Or like swampy. Just every rock, stuff that I like, metal. Whatever it takes to be a good rhythm player, which is, what people pay you for anyway. You got to get good at rhythm. And I broke it down in there. I got a thing called Liquid, G90X Liquid. What it is, it's it's a breakdown, and it's a daily workout of how to play with more grease. Instead of being just dry, like you got to be able to, like I'll just show you one of them, right? So there's an exercise where you take a D minor scale, and I record on a piano the D minor scale, but I have you play it a half step down. So you're bending a half step in. But you match the note, when the scale's playing, and it's to a metronome. Now that starts to teach you how to have tension in your playing. So it's like the Jeff Beck stuff, You want to have that angsty sound. Now, all of those sounds of feel, they're actual techniques. You're when you're bending notes, there's certain ways that you're stopping them, certain ways that you're pinching them at the end. There's a lot of stuff going on, most programs don't cover because that's not how the person teaching it plays. I mean, if the style I play is what you like, which is kind of, I call it kind of a shot out of a cannon blues rock. But I'm pretty reckless, but I always really go for tone and feel. That's the main thing. I like to shred too, but it's like I just love to beat the crap out of a note if that's the thing. If you practice those techniques, they'll be there when you go for a solo. And if you don't, if all you practice are arpeggios and burning, then that's what you'll get good at. So I can only teach what I do, and this is the techniques that I have done. And then there's blues lessons, more lick talk blues lessons. Oh, and the beginner course is on there. So even if you don't want it, get it to somebody that wants to check it out. I put together a 22 video or 21 or 22 video beginning guitar course, how to get you ready for the rest of my stuff, right? And so that's the other thing. You learn the right way, man. It's like, what if you just want to learn some guitar and then get on YouTube and scroll like how to play this song, how to play, it's all there. But if your technique is bad from the get-go, unlearning stuff is a bad thing. You want to make sure that you learn it right the first time, and I'm covering that stuff from the beginning course. So everything is in there. That's what's going on. So it's scottvanzinguitarschool.com/free. All right, that's the link, and that has more information, and you can try it out. It's free. All right, come on, it's free. Check it out. Also, I teach guitar one-on-one as well. So you can email me, Scott Van Zin at scottvanzinguitarschool.com. That's right. That's a long one, isn't it? Scott Van Zin at scottvanzinguitarschool.com to to get a hold of me if you got a question about anything else. But I give lessons on Zoom or Skype and record them, so you have them to refer back to. And sometimes there's stuff that's specific that you want to work on, and I love to do that. I'm usually gigging quite a bit on the weekends, but I got some spots during the week, and I'll squeeze somebody in during the day on the weekend, but prefer during the week, but there's some times there, and I can move around because this is what I do. So remember, scottvanzinguitarschool.com/free. Go get it. And you can email me, Scott Van Zin at scottvanzinguitarschool.com. Ooh, that's a lot of info, right? All right, one more thing I want to show you is adding the out of the same scale. Adding the ninth or the second. Now, when it's the same note, but when you hear a scale that goes do, re, mi, fa, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is 1 again. So 9 is like 2, 1, 2. So that's the note. But anyway, I'm just going to show it to you in one place. So when you're playing this A, it's this B note. You're just going to play out of the A minor pentatonic scale, this B note. So you see that? So check this out. So if you just pick up and then come down, add this one note, come. So it's kind of a Joe Satriani, Eric Johnson sound, And there's another one, like right there. So like there's your 5th fret on the G string, slide there. So we're just taking that pen, just adding that second to the reason it's called 9 is if there's a third in it. This is part of the theory, which is in the program. If they're together, then you refer to it as a 9. But otherwise, if there's no third, it's the 2. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's another thing, that gives you this kind of. Very cool sound, Joe Bonamassa uses that one again. I really like Joe Bonamassa's playing. So I'm going to go back over here and see right now. if anybody has any questions for me before I take off, I want to make sure that I can answer them. I'm getting a lot of people. Oh, and Bill, hey, Bill Houston. Bill Houston is a guy who was a huge. He's online. He's like a brother to me, or a crazy uncle brother. He is a big influence on my music, and he just said my CD arrived today. So I guess they're shipping them, uh, which is cool. And again, okay, I didn't even say this, but ScottVanZinOfficial.com is my record label. My new record Trouble is out. Um, and we are working on a new single to put out as well. But ScottVanZinOfficial.com, and that's at Love Conquered Records. And my CD is called Trouble. That's another thing to check out if you're interested in hearing some of my new stuff. It's been out a couple of months, but it's going pretty good. Anyway, it doesn't look like anybody's got any questions for me tonight, so I guess we're going to take off here. All right, thank you guys. See y'all soon. Have a great night, a great weekend. God bless.